Hello everybody, it's Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another YouTube video. So we've got so much to talk about. It's an absolute madness out there. What is going on? What is going to happen next? Let's just jump straight into it, guys. As always, if you enjoy the video, please hit that subscribe button, put them notification bells on, like, and drop a comment in the comment section. So, where do we want to start? Obviously, look at the right hand side of my screen. It's a bloodbath out there. It really, really is. I think there's a few things that are going on here, and we're going to break into them now. We'll start off with Luna, obviously, the most obvious thing in the market. So, for those of you who don't know, UST, it's a Luna stablecoin, algorithmically backed stablecoin. We can get into how that works if you want me to on a different video. But basically, it's unpegged from the dollar. It had about $14 billion worth of valuation in there. It's unpegged to 50 cents, so it's supposed to be a stablecoin. And I'm not throwing any shade on it. I don't say it's supposed to be, but that was the intention. And now it's worth 50 cents to the dollar on every stablecoin. So some people have obviously lost half of their... Well, right now, it went all the way down to 20 cents at one point, by the way. As people have obviously lost big on that. And Luna, the actual crypto, is at $3.41. Went all the way down to like 90 cents, I think. Or 69 cents it went to. And... yeah, so it came down from the all-time highs at like 120, I think, 120-ish dollars. If my charts will load, it doesn't look like they will yet. All-time highs, $118, crashed all the way down to 70 cents, which is a huge capitulation, obviously. It's because of the UST. We lost like, well, not we, Luna lost like 99% in a day. There's talk that it was manipulation from BlackRock and Citadel. You can read through this if you want to, but we can just stay. I'll try and keep this video short. I'm just going to stay on the price action. So pause this video now if you want to read what Charles Hoskinson is saying. He's the founder of Cardano, as to what happened to Luna itself. We're just going to get into the prices, what I think is going on. Again, it's just my personal opinion as always. Bitcoin's been down so far today and back up. We'll go on the hourly just so I can show you a bit better. XRP is down 9% right now. Bitcoin's been all the way down to like 8.5% down today. XRP has been down, so like today, all the way 21% down. I bought some Algorand earlier. That was down at one point like 25%. It's down 15% now. I got in at 25% down, luckily. Or unluckily, I don't know, however you want to call it right now. Okay, so what's going on? Why is this happening? Well, CPI came out today, which is Consumer Price Index, basically the inflation rates in the US. It was expected at 8.1%. It came in at 8.3%, so higher than expected. But it's still a decrease from last month, whereas last month it was at 8.5%. So... what's happened is people have overreacted to this situation. Whether it's an overreaction or not, we won't know for a while. The reason that there's been a reaction like this is because what it implies is that the Fed will go and tighten again next month if the inflation isn't decreasing at the rate they want it to. If that happens, then we'll see further depreciation in stocks as everyone looks to hold dollars more than the stock market, and the stock market starts to lose faith, and people rush to dollars. Dollars become harder to borrow. Companies start to struggle with borrowing because interest rates go up. Fed tighten, and it creates this like downward spiral in the stock market. So this consumer price index information came out this morning before the stock markets opened. The crypto space massively overreacted on top of the Luna situation, which already crashed the market quite a lot yesterday. If we go on the daily, let's have a look what's been going on the last few days. If we look on the weekly for Bitcoin specifically, like we've lost a huge week. This week we've come down 15% to the bottom, but now we're back up a little bit. We haven't broken the structural lows, so in my opinion at the minute it could still be considered an overreaction. So not yesterday, the day before when Luna started to depeg, we lost 11% in a day. We then continued a little bit lower, and we had a green candle yesterday, which did have quite a lot of volume to it as well, and pumped the price up a bit. And then today, obviously, the daily candle opened here. We lost 6.5%, and now we're actually 2% in the green. And I want to throw something out there right now, guys. With big volume like this and a potential green engulfing candle today, if we can get a push out of Bitcoin today, we hold these lows with all the FUD that's being thrown in the market, as in all the issues with Luna. We've then had the CPI numbers come out. If we can hold this, we actually could push out of this zone. I don't think Bitcoin's broken structure. I know everyone's calling for the bear. I really do. And like, I do think there's a high possibility that can happen. Like, don't get me wrong. But I genuinely think this is an overreaction to what the CPI readings are saying. Obviously, the stock markets are kind of like chopping. We need to wait and see what happens with the stock market. I can't give you too much information now, guys, because we're all sitting on the sidelines waiting. They're kind of pivotal where the stock markets are at now. So the S&P, the Dow Jones are at pivotal points. One thing that I did want to point out is that the DXY is still struggling to break this high. So yesterday we actually had the highest close ever for the DXY. Today we've retraced a lot of that. I'm going to go on the 1 minute chart because I want to show you how much this DXY was influenced by the CPI, Consumer Price Index. So this was when we got the CPI news right here. Boom, 1:30 our time, which I think is 8:30 US time or 9:30, depending on where you are. We had this rate. We're currently down 0.24% on the DXY. We had this move. In 1 minute, we had a 0.28% move up. And the following 23 minutes, we had a 0.46% move up. That's when crypto really capitulated really, really fast. And then since then, we went all the way 0.7 down. And to where we are right now, we're 0.41 down from the high. So this could spell the end for the DXY. Like, I do think the dollar's going to be strong. But it's set a lower high here with a big red engulfing candle. We've just got to see what happens, guys. Everything's up in the air. It's sideways, it's up and down, it's massively volatile. The crypto space is doing an absolute madness. Ethereum's set a lower low. Bitcoin hasn't. XRP's down 10%. Do I think this is a good range to accumulate? Personally, I've bought some today. But I just had price targets in my head of when I was going to buy. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, downside plays was something I wanted to talk about today. So as I talked about before in my TikToks, let me just show you what I mean by downside plays. If you've got any cash on the side, the way that I would personally be like dollar cost averaging in is if we hit a certain price, like we hit 40 cents today, I put that was where one of my extra levels were. So key levels are whole numbers, like 0.5s or different structural key levels. So like 0.32 here, like where you can see recent swing highs on the chart. If you zoom out, maybe 0.34 cent. If it gets to those prices, then deploy capital there rather than just aimlessly throwing it in. To be honest, at these prices, you're getting more of a discount than you're getting just as cheap price as you were back in March the 21st. If you bought above that, you'll bring your dollar cost averaging down. Anyone who's bought in the last, over a year is underwater right now. There are things to take into consideration. These prices are cheap. They really, really are. There's nothing, you can't argue with that, but doesn't mean they can't get cheaper. Is something else I want to throw into that. I bought some Algorand today as well. If you were looking for projects to get into and you were unsure, I obviously often on this channel talk about XRP. ISO tokens are where I'm personally looking. Anything with utility is what I'm looking at. I'm not getting involved in anything else. And yeah, that's about everything that I can really say for you today, guys. One thing that I think could happen, so different scenarios that could play out from here, guys, is obviously we could capitulate further on Bitcoin. We could come down further. I've seen calls for 28,000. We haven't broken the low yet, so I can't say that that's what I think will happen because it isn't. If we're seeing volume like this pick up and we haven't broken a structural low, then I can't say anything will be different until we do something like that. We could crab sideways for a while. I think that would bring ultimate pain to the market. I think you might see some, if we do that, you might see hella FUD being thrown at the crypto space. I think that there's a definite possibility we have a V bottom out of here because I think that this is an overreaction. The Fed may come out and pivot if the stock market is not looking so good. But as the stock market's green today, as I was saying, I don't really know what's going to happen there. It's all eyes on the charts, basically, guys. What else we don't want to talk about? So, yeah, one extra thing, obviously. going back to saying whether the attack was centralized and planned or not on UST and Luna. By the way, I feel sorry for anyone in that space. I feel sorry for Luna themselves. They're trying to innovate in the financial space, and if someone's found some sort of issue with it, I think they should point it out rather than just trying to profit from it. But that's the world we live in. It is what it is. I think that it's strange how fast Janet Yellen came out and talked about it. It happened, let's say, Monday. Tuesday morning, she's talking about it. And how often do they talk about crypto? Not very is the answer. So, eyes on Bitcoin, guys. If we could see a recovery today, I didn't think... Well, I actually was on the phone to my friend and I said, what are the odds we actually end up finishing green today when we're about 6% down? We've got another 8 hours for me for this candle close. The volume's already up at what we had yesterday and the day before. So the capitulation day, we've already had more volume come in today than we had back then. And that shows that the buyers are stepping in at these prices down here, that 29 sort of thousand. Whether that will hold and continue to hold, whether we have selling pressure come in, I don't know. Depends on how the market perceives this CPI reading. What's maybe going to come out from the Fed. They're all the things we've got our eyes on at the minute, guys, and what happens in the stock market, because they do look to be correlated still. Obviously, there's a lot of blood in the markets right now. We probably will have a bounce of some sort. I did think that we'd have a bounce of some sort, even in the altcoins. Whether we've had it or not, whether that's it or not, I don't know. I very highly doubt we just continue downwards without some sort of bounce. We might crab sideways and then go downwards. But I would have thought we see some sort of bounce at some point. But that's all I can really help you with today. Apparently, the top 100 Bitcoin wallets added 77,000 Bitcoin, which is 2,420,000,000 in the past 24 hours to their wallets. So this is the thing, and everyone's saying you can't say something's changed, but maybe something has changed in this market, guys. Maybe now we've got institutions who are here, and maybe they have capitulated the market to fill their bags before regulation comes in and they start offering services in crypto. That's complete tinfoil hat from me, but I think it makes some sense. I think what better way to plan an entry to the market than to crash a stable coin, get regulation on stable coins, make profit. 925 million apparently they made on the shorting Luna. Use that 925 million to fill up your bags with crypto, open up a crypto exchange and start selling crypto to people under new regulatory framework that you've made come into fruition. How fast that happens, if that even happens, I don't know. Just a speculation from me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm sorry again, this is a bit all over the place, but I think I'm going to title this video WTF, because that is just where we are right now. Stay on top of my Twitter if you want updates, which is at Crypto Insight UK, or TikTok. I make shorter videos on TikTok if you're interested. Again, this is my Twitter, at Crypto Insight UK. Looks like this. Most of all, guys, I just hope you all stay safe out there. If you do need anything, obviously get in contact with me, tweet me, or get in my Discord or whatever. And without further ado, guys, like, peace up, A-Town down, as Usher would say. Have a good day. Have a good day. If you're getting stressed, by the way, just take a step outside, man. Don't stare at your charts. Peace.